Hey everybody, it's Blackwell 1125. So the other day I was talking to somebody and they were saying they have never heard of Identity Crisis. Now, if you haven't heard of Identity Crisis, that sucks for you. Now, a lot of people are used to reading or watching comic book movies and they don't know a lot where to start. And it's very interesting to see people who are into comics kind of chastise people who are just getting into them because they're being very condescending, I guess. But I like it a lot because it's a way for me to introduce certain things that people haven't seen. So this is my version of Identity Crisis. It's the absolute version. DC at one point was coming out with these absolute versions, which are big hardcover books that slide out. Boom. Michael Turner, R.I.P. Michael Turner. And the book itself is a very strong book. The author is like a huge author for like regular books and stuff like that, and it's a great story. And if you haven't read it, the premise is the Justice League at one point, you know the Justice League is Superman, Batman, and anybody else that fills up, and Wonder Woman and whoever fills up the rest of the ranks. But this, after a certain point, there was like Hawkman, Black Canary, Green Arrow, Zatanna, Plastic Man, and I forgot who else, but there were these like B-list characters that were Justice League members. And those characters were doing their thing. But at that time that they're doing their thing, the supervillains find out who they are. So in the middle of them finding out who they are, they're doing like petty stuff. Like the supervillains are like beating up their moms and doing all this other shit. But Dr. Light went for the fucking big cheese. While Elastic Man's wife was hanging out in Justice League Tower, and I feel like the only reason he did this shit is because he knew Batman and Superman were nowhere to be found. He went up there and ended up raping Elastic Man's wife, which led to a huge problem because that's when you feel like these supervillains aren't just supervillains. These are like really bad people that have powers. And so they didn't know what to do with him. When they were capturing Dr. Light, he's making fun of the fact that he's going to tell other inmates when he gets locked up, I raped your wife. And they couldn't let that happen because this guy has protected information. So what they did is they created the Dr. Light that you know in Teen Titans and everything like that, like a laughing joke to be beaten up. But when he finds out about it, it causes a problem. And then there are other people that are being killed throughout the DC universe that they don't know who it is, and it's a good murder mystery. And I swear to God, Jeff Loeb is a piece of shit compared to anything written on this. Meltzer and Morales do a great job combining their art and their storytelling in this story, and I think that if you haven't read it, it's something that you really want to read because it's not about the dark things that happen in the story, it's about the overall story, and it's phenomenal. Every single issue of this trade paperback is great. So if you haven't read Identity Crisis, you need to read it. If you're bored and you haven't read it, I would definitely suggest you read it. So anyway, it's Blackwell 1125. Just let me know if it's something you like and subscribe. If there's something that you found that I didn't find in the story, just let me know. All right, pieces. Remember, call your mom or your sister or your aunt, whoever it is that you love. Call them. Peace.